Hey guys, did you tap? I did. I'd be very interested in your experiences. Let me must just make sure we are live. I'd be very interested in your experiences. If you've been tapping today, goodness me, the mind starts to open up more and more. All these new ideas start to come to you. I don't know about you, but what shall I do next? I created a watchdoggy to go out there and expose the tarot industry, but then my intuition came in. I thought, this is a very good idea, Lauren. They could put a curse on you or something. So I'm going to think about that one. I'm not sure I'm going to do that one. But this is where the intuition kicks in. Live and let live kind of thing. But we are a TV station, you know, and we're there. We do need to expose things that are not genuine or fair. But as I say, if I go out there and expose a whole lot of tarot readers, I might end up, you know, I don't want to say. It may not be a good idea. And so my common sense is kicking in here and my self-protection. But have you been tapping with Brad? I hope you've been tapping with Brad, because you too are going to start coming up with some great ideas. It's lovely to see you joining me here. Hi guys. Today we're talking about everything to do with, what are we talking about today? We're talking about how to get past being victims and codependents, and by tapping, taking back our power, learning how to do what we want with our lives. And why are we not earning money? That's what we're talking about. Why are we not earning money? It's time to earn money. And looking at exposing groups and, you know, that are not genuine or whatever. But I'm going to back down on that now because I've had too much bad luck and I really don't want any more, quite honestly. So we've got tapping coming up again at 5:30. So what am I going to talk to you about for another 40 minutes? I don't have a clue. Except I'm going to put the schedule on for you and I'm going to show you what we offer here. If you don't know yet what we offer on Moving On TV all week, please watch the schedule and get yourself acquainted with the amazing programs that we are offering you all week. Okay, so here's our schedule. I managed to program David in for 6 o'clock. You got the stream. Hopefully it's going to work on YouTube. It's not going to come through here. It'll go on YouTube. I'm not going to be watching it with you. But this is the stream. David Elam's talking about the power of now and how he uses it for autism. Doesn't use medication. He uses the power of now and he uses yoga. Okay, absolutely incredible. I'm waiting for the video to come on of the schedule, but it looks like we've frozen again. It's horrendous. It's just so bad, Restream, at the moment. Let me turn Zoom off. Right, Zoom is off. Rather than doing a massive expose at the moment, I think I'll bring on some genuine tarot readers and they can tell you what they think. So, you know, when there's more of the collective of what they think about the tarot industry and the twin flame industry that's going on now on YouTube. But here's our schedule, guys. I hope it works. So you can see the programs we're offering you on a daily basis.
You would imagine to have smoke crisps. Must be fairly cold.
Close my eyes and a vision will appear. Wish that you were.
Good evening.
Wish
Day one?
together.
Day one of our trip to Edinburgh. Today is the 16th of August.
It's cool here, isn't it? You can sort of
Down deep inside, in the night. Oh, I know it is right. Reaching out to touch your love.
Hi, welcome to the awakening.
You'll always be there.
Hello there. Welcome back to Life Coaching with Laura. Before it's what's important.
Look at me. I should live in this stupid apple. I get in me bath. Now, for God's sake, Janie, I'm not having it. I'm not having the accent problem because then I have to start like Piaf again, and oh my God, it goes very quickly into French. Oh, I don't know what's happening to me, Janie. I'm merging all these characters. Hello there, this is Annie Miller. You're right today, Janie. Right, I come from the southern. Oh, it's like Jenny. I don't know. Where am I? Baba Bertha, come back. Hello. Oh, right. I'm back. Right. I have these buttons I press, right?
And I will shed a day with you.
Yes, Edward. I can hear you thinking.
RS,
What, the
Public
Rubbish Society?
the Performing Rights Society.
What are you talking about? Oh, get on with
The-
it. Tell me what you're talking
let,
about.
Let me read you the important email, Madame PF. It says, Madame PF, you owe the PRS €1 million for performing your own songs, which you have not asked for.
All alone.
Welcome. Welcome to the channeling experience. Channel from Lumiere, Planet Space Dust, for Arcturians, Pleiadians, Lemurians, all of the star seeds, anyone who's a light worker, a way shower, indigos and crystals. I use cards and then I pass on messages to you. But the messages that are coming clear to me, which I'm going to start off in a minute. I'm an intuitive psychic, medium, life coach, entertainer. And I run Moving On TV. But I feel that at the moment, the most important thing is to pass on these messages to all of you that are in service to humanity in order to help you get strong, to explain to you more and more of how this is working. So the first message I feel I need to pass on, I got death, transformation. It's so important. So important to let go of everything. Let go of everything that you ever learned. And this is what's coming through, okay? So that's going to be the theme of the whole reading today, is death and transformation of the old world, the ego, letting go of everything because you've been held back by beliefs and values. You've been held back even by believing in your intuition. This is what's coming through now all the time. You need to let go of everything you ever learned, everything, the history lessons, the beliefs, the values, everything you were brought up with. Let it all go and be prepared to learn new value systems, new beliefs, new ways of surviving in the world. The other thing I need you to let go of, and this is so important because your hearts are so big and you're so full of love and compassion for everyone, is more and more we are hearing. Us light beings are coming through. We are hearing more and more of people coming to you, asking you for help. People that can't get themselves out of the mess they got themselves into. Now, we are not judging, we are just saying that inside every human, there is a capacity to help themselves to a certain extent. But they are laying their burdens on you, on the star seeds, and we are hearing this more and more. And this is not the answer. You need to be strong. As we said in the last channeling, please listen. You need to be strong for the innocent, for the children. You need to come together in love and compassion and lay aside everything else. Lay aside ego. We are trying to be more gentle today as we speak. But we are very passionate about what we say. And that's why we come through Lauren, because our energy is so strong. And she can project in a positive way and sometimes in a stronger way what we need to say, because you don't listen. So tough love here. You need to let go of people that are coming to you for help all the time. Humans that cannot get themselves out of their own situations. You can only be the guide because you need to get really strong on your own, because you've got a whole human race to protect, and the children, the innocents. So remember that, protect yourself. Please eat properly. We channeled through Lauren how to stay sane in a crazy world, the cards. And one of the cards says halt, which she picked up in a 12-step group, which of course came through us channeling originally. to the people that started the 12-step groups. Don't get too hungry. Make sure you eat. The body needs to be nourished. It needs to be nourished with good food, with lots of fruits and vegetables. If it's not organic, then please peel the fruit and vegetables. Keep your stomach working. Keep your digestive system working, because you need to clear and clear and clear everything that has built up inside you over the years. You must drink water. You must keep clearing the stomach, the digestive system, because the urinary tract cannot work properly. The bladder cannot work properly without the stomach being clear. You will get blockages, particularly women and men prostates. You need to keep clearing the bowel all the time. Do not get constipated. This is very, very important. Very, very important. Keep the digestive system working by taking things like psyllium husks. Drink lots of water. Cut out your gluten. Cut out white bread. Lots of you suffer from irritable bowel syndrome. Another label they gave you for giving you the wrong foods that don't actually resonate with the body that you have, because you're so sensitive. Most sensitives, most starseeds, most indigos, crystals, way showers, sensitives, empaths, suffer with what is known as irritable bowel syndrome. Be careful when you eat things like oranges and tangerines and apples, because they are full of acid. Be careful. Instead, eat pears, gentle foods, pears, raspberries, rather than strawberries. Strawberries, again, can cause a lot of allergic reactions in starseeds and in very sensitive digestive systems that you have. Be careful. You do not have to be pure vegans. That is your choice. However, cut down on dairy. There's a lot of rubbish chemicals that have gone into it, lots of estrogens, lots of antibiotics, lots of hormones you don't want. Eat very sparsely. Eat meat, very little bits of meat, chicken, fish, only small amounts. As we are saying, to be a vegan is not a requirement to ascend. And whoever says that is not telling you the truth, because you are all different. Everyone is different and unique. You have unique bodies that you took on. Some people cannot cope with being vegans. Some people need a little bit of meat, chicken, fish. You can find that out by testing yourself and doing things like kinesiology and muscle testing. Lauren knows a lot about this. You can always ask her to give you a session around this. So that was the introduction. So don't get too hungry. Don't get too angry. If you get angry, make sure you release it either with primal screaming. That's one thing that Lauren's very good at. Primal screaming. And it helps her to cope when she can't go on the stage. So use primal screaming, but make sure you're in a safe place, of course. Let it out, write it down, be honest. Tell people when they made you angry. Don't keep it inside. Sometimes when it builds up, you can lose your temper. Sensitives will lose their temper. Empaths can lose their temper because they are taking on so much at the moment. A lot of people lose their temper, a lot of sensitives, a lot of starseeds, indigos in particular, because they have such a strong energy. The Leo indigo in particular, like Lauren, can lose their temper because the buildup is so intense and the unjust situation you are all living in is so intense. So try, if you have to lose your temper, make sure you lose it in a safe place rather than against another human who is suffering. But if that person loses their temper with you, use it as a mirror for you to bring up whatever is bothering you. Bring it up, do your primal screaming, and accept that when a human shows you their rage, or when a starseed shows you their rage, because they're all over the place at the moment, like everyone else, trying to remember why they're here and what their journey is. Forgive them, and understand that they are showing you something that cannot be expressed in you. Everyone is a mirror and a teacher, as we explained. Don't get too lonely. Ideally, if you cannot meet up because of social distancing, and we do not believe in social distancing, but as we said yesterday, the virus is a learning experience to wake up people to what they really are. And if they cannot wake up, they cannot ascend. But the governments have set social distancing. Those who do not have your best interests at heart have set social distancing. You are not meant to be completely on your own. Again, please let go of all of these beliefs that taught you to be a monk. It is not natural, and it is not what you're meant to do here. You are meant to be connected to each other's star seeds, spiritual beings. So connect through any way possible, through the internet that you still have, through the phones that you have. You may want to get landlines, just something that we are throwing out there at some point. You may want to have a landline, but have each other's addresses and have each other's backs. Don't get too tired. Tiredness. If you're tired, go to bed. There are lots of strange energies that are interfering with star seeds. We know how exhausted Lauren feels today, and she's been resting all day in order to help us come through. Don't get too tired. So those are the main 4 things you can do to keep yourself healthy through ascension. Okay, right. Again, balance, balance, balance. We have the balance thing. You're not using it enough. The balance of the masculine and feminine, the balance of your energies, yin and yang. Make sure that everything is becoming balanced so the chi can flow in your body. Don't work too much. Don't sleep too much. Don't emote too much. Don't be too quiet. You have to find a balance. It's all about balance, 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 balance. Those of you who are Librans are lucky because you automatically have that very strong balance. It's part of you. Those of you who are Virgos, unfortunately, tend to be too black and white at times, and you need to find that balance more than anything because you're very stuck in your ways and it's harder for you. Right. Be careful of the temptation, the vortex that is surrounding you. And what we say about this vortex is the vortex of emotional disability, which we will explain. Emotional disability means where you cannot find a way to balance your emotions. It's very easy to be drawn into things because you're so sensitive and so empathetic. We want you to protect yourself with the violet flame, if possible. As for the angels, be careful of deceivers that draw you in directions that are not the light. And again, we said be careful of your intuition. The intuition is not always what you think either. You can be drawn into the darkness very quickly because you're so sensitive and sometimes you're too trusting. So find that balance. Temptation is there. Addictions. It's easy to become addicted at the moment. You are all addicts because you're not used to your bodies. You're not used to being human. You're not used to being on this crazy planet. So it just doesn't, the vibrations that you are living on, that you came into, do not resonate with you. That's why you never settled. That's why you've never been able to find inner peace, hold down jobs, hold down relationships, addictions everywhere, drinking, smoking, everything. All these addictions, however, Some of you think that you are serious addicts because you've been told so. You're not. Some of you are just struggling in the human form, in the vibration that you've been put here on this earth. You are much higher vibration that just cannot settle. And so there's always a conflict. It's like things are rubbing up against each other. You understand what I mean? It's like rubbing two different types of particles together that cannot blend. The particles of the energy of what you came down to, and the particle that you are, which is very soft. The particle that you are is soft. It's flowy. Its particles are very small. The particles of what you came down to are dense and solid and hard and uncomfortable and difficult. And so you cannot blend them all the time. So that's where balance comes in, doesn't it? You have to take some of that dense physicality. We crack a joke here. And if someone was watching and Lauren was sneezing, they may call someone in for track and trace that you go through, you humans at the moment. You are allowed to have a cold. Please understand, do not get dragged into this temptation and this vortex. If you feel unwell, then isolate, take time out. Do not go near people or situations that may endanger you, and they are out there. This is very, very important for you to protect yourself. You are needed. Your job is now. And as we said yesterday, whatever is happening to you is right. But we have to stress time and time again, do not turn against each other. That is the most important thing. If you have an issue that another starseed or counterpart or one of you is, please just sit down together, discuss it. Open your hearts. You cannot ascend if your hearts are closed. And your hearts are closed because of fears. Fear of not earning money. Fear of not knowing what you're doing here. People are saying they're frightened, they're worried, they don't know what their job is, they're scared for the human race. That is not your job to be scared. That is not your trait. Fear belongs to them, not to you. How can a starseed, a beautiful light messenger, have fear? Because you took on their dense energies. Let it go. Fear means false emotion appearing real. False emotion appearing real. Let it go. We bring this through, Lauren, because we know so many of you. We are hearing your prayers. We are hearing your cries. What are we going to do to support humanity? How can we help these poor people that are living in so much false emotions appearing real? It's not real. It's their imagination, it's their mind. The only way you can help them is either trying to explain to them, and some humans are listening, and as you call, waking up, taking steps. We must share something that happened to Lauren yesterday. She went to the grocery store to buy some grapefruits and lemons to make natural quinine and to get the vitamins. And she never wears a mask, obviously. And the vibration was different yesterday. People didn't scowl. No one got angry. So things are changing. Now, if you cannot change a human, you just let them be. They know what they're meant to do. They came here too with a job to do. Their job is to show you the opposite of what you are. Their job is to show you loss. Their job is to show you confusion. Please do not buy into their confusion and loss. You have no need to do so. Just go inside and remember what you really are and connect to each other. Some of you have fallen out, and those you've fallen out with, you'll be surprised at how much they know and how much they can help you on the journey that you are here to do. As I said, we're talking in a gentle way now. Some of you are grasping now onto everything, so please let go. So that was the second card, third card. There has been so much heartache and it's upside down, which means that we want you to let go of your heartache. We want you to let go of heartache, as we are saying. You cannot take on the human race's heartache. And any heartache that is inside of you is the gathering of vibrations that you picked up from people you call parents, friends, relations, other lives that you have come and gone from. Star seeds may reincarnate in different ways, but I'm not going to go into that at the moment. You're also connected. Some of you have reincarnated together so many times. Some of you are what they call now twin flames, or starseeds that have been separated into two. One starseed that had split, which is quite possible. Why not? Everything is happening for a reason. And if you are a starseed that was meant to split, it is because you were meant to come here in the time that you came, some of you within years of each other, not born together, but you came here for the mission of ascension. And yes, star seeds can split the same way as this twin flame phenomenon acts. However, we've gone past twin flame phenomenons. If you're a star seed or you're a light worker, you need to go past that now. It does not apply the same way anymore. How can it? It is used in a way for a lot of what's the word we're looking at here? It is used in a way a lot of people get a lot of money from it, from a lot of vulnerable people with this twin flame thing. We like to see it more as star seeds that have split, because you have certain energies and certain jobs to do, and because you've reincarnated different times as different people, this is quite possible. But you will find union in ascension, and you already have union in 5D. It is impossible for a starseed not to be united with its counterpart. However, this is much stronger than this twin flame thing, which is a commercial way of talking about the soul that splits into two bodies. Yes, it does happen, but be careful. It is used in a lot of ways to confuse, to drag, and it's this vortex we're talking about of money and greed. Occasionally you will find a good reader who will tell you the truth about this connection that you have, that you feel to another one of you, or to another human, pure human, or human to human. But it can get very marred, and so you need to understand that this is way base physicality now. What you're talking about is star seeds, and so the rules are changed. You can pick up each other's feelings and thoughts, particularly if you are a star seed that split. Look into it, figure it out. You might have met someone on your journey and felt, God, I don't understand this. This is very strange. We're very similar, or we magnetize each other and repel each other and help each other, and then we push each other away, and we seem to have this phenomenon is much stronger and much more on the spiritual level than a twin flame. Look into it. You're likely to meet people with the same skills and talents and ambitions, and your dream, your mission on earth is very similar. That is more to do with split star seeds and twin flame. And we say this with love, because we want you to examine your heart and do your own journeys around this. Let go of all these ideas out there, values and beliefs, as we said, of this phenomenon they call twin flame. All right? It's not simple as that. There are new rules. There are new rules. This is not a battery. This is not a magnet. We're talking about particles of dust here. We're talking about ascension. There are different rules. We might talk more about it. We gave Lauren some information and she put it through for the divine masculine, divine feminine energies. Please watch those. You might get some insight into how the divine masculine and the divine feminine feel in this connection, more than twin flame, more than. We believe that if you tune into each other's starseeds, you can pick up each other's feelings and you can send each other love and energy, particularly those that have split. So it's very different to this twin flame phenomenon, which we won't go into too much. Right, we've got here the Seven of Pentacles, which is there's lots of potential here. Potential for you to become what you have come here to do, but you need to have patience. You need to, you know, when someone plants seeds, the seeds are all planted. The seeds were planted eons ago, times ago. You're not living in normal time. There is no time. We have to tell you a story now of how time converged for Lauren yesterday. You as starseed need to be patient, and you need to understand that in order to ascend, everything's going to happen to you. Everything that you will not expect is going to happen to you. Any secrets you have, anything you have not sorted out in your life, things that you've left, you haven't moved on from, they will come back and they will need to be sorted out. Karma that hasn't been expressed, anything that is stuck in there, old beliefs that have upset you and destroyed your life, like some of you have not been able to move on, you feel in this physical world on this planet, because you do not vibrate like humans. Humans don't understand. Why can't you hold down a job? They ask. What's wrong with you? Why can't you bring in money? They ask. And you just, I don't know. I don't know. I work and I have so much talent and I focus, and yet I cannot get past this. Why can't I get past it? That's because you are not from here. You do not vibrate the same way. And they cannot expect that from you. Some of you have been able to learn gently, the ways that the humans have lived by, the grounding, the material way they live to earn a good living from. You have got so much. You are starseeds. Your talents and skills are incomparable. You keep getting more and more and more and more and more. And it is very frustrating. We understand that. But frustration is not you. That is them. That is their vibration. So please accept. At some point, your talents and skills will be recognized. We know because we're coming through someone who was given a huge amount of talents and skills and doesn't know how to vibrate on this earth as humans do, to be able to make the kind of living or money which causes problems like evictions and breakups of relationships. It's not easy. It's never been an easy journey. We never promised you an easy journey. How can it be an easy journey? How can you be an empath? How can you learn how to heal these humans if you have an easy journey? No. You took on a journey similar to the little soul and the sun. If you read Neil Donald Walsh, you asked for this to become so strong. So please understand that. When the frustration comes in, it is not yours. It is that human you live with. It is that parent you grew up with. It is that little child that got confused. It is not your real energy. Give it back and say, I can't deal with this. This is not my vibration. This frustration, give it back. Sometimes you scream it out of you. Yes, as we said, don't get too angry. Let the frustration go, but it's not enough. Give it back. Look at that frustration. And here, I'll give you an example. Somebody wanted to do something, a certain kind of work that the family didn't agree with. And they thought, who does this sound like? When someone said, oh, you can't do that. You have to do what we tell you. And it was somebody else's voice. It wasn't theirs. Do you understand? So give up these emotions that are not yours, because they are not yours, because you are dust, energy, love particles. Don't let anything mar the love that you are, the beautiful white beauty, peace, bliss that you are. Now, this world that you came down to, it has been so hard. It's like mixing oil and water. You always will rise above like the oil. You cannot mix oil and water. So be careful. Just going to give you an example of how timelines are converging and how you will have to let go and bring everything up. In order to ascend, you will need to sort everything out. Every karma thing, everything that has happened to you in all the different, which you've picked up a lot from ancestors, like, you know, from the body, mainly the body and the mind. Of course, the body and the mind. You cannot carry any of this in your core energy. It's not yours. So we'll give you an example. Our timelines converged yesterday for Lauren. It was really, really incredible. She did this course on Zoom, and it was about parts therapy. And someone said to her, well, what do you want to work on? She said, I think I'm cursed, because even the petition I do goes backwards, which is true. So this person said, okay, let's do this. And then someone turned up on the Zoom call, and Lauren didn't recognize this person. This person started to talk, and she looked at the name and she just went crazy. The reason she went crazy is, as I said, timelines that converged. 30 years were suddenly converging with 2020. When Lauren was very young, she used to go around with another two girls, and these two girls sometimes used to mess around with spells and magic. One day something happened. They got upset with Lauren, and they said, I put a curse on you. I'm putting a curse on you. Do you see what I mean? And who was it in this conversation? It was that girl. That woman, 30 years later, had turned up on the same call. Now, do you see what I'm talking about? And Lauren and the guy who was running the course didn't know, well, what is this? How is this possible? Because it's time to heal all of these wounds. And he made her look at this idea of being cursed, and the other side of it, which was, I'm a starseed, I'm here to do a journey, yada, yada, so I cannot be cursed because everything leads to my salvation, and brought it together into balance. And then Lauren was able to understand everything that happened. These are things that are going to happen to you, and they're going to happen soon, right? We leave you with one more message of love. Please watch this. Please watch it a few times. We love you. We are called Anika and Milan. We come from Lumiere. We are Lauren's guardians, passing on the love. Namaste. Peace. Thank you so much, guys. If you want a personal reading with me, please contact me. As you know, as they just told you, I work according to your what you can afford, as was just explained to you, my priorities and values, and I barter. I'd love to be able to help you in any way through channeling, mediumship, intuitive coaching, anything. And if not, I can pass you on to others that are incredible healers that I know. We share, and that is the answer as far as I'm concerned. Please subscribe, share, and like Moving On TV. It's getting very serious now with the channeling. Stay safe, stay in love. When I say stay safe, I don't mean buying into what that law is telling you. You know what I mean. Stay safe. Stay in love. Stay awake. I love you so much. Everyone who's watching this or listening to this, I love you so much. I hope you enjoy the music. My music that was channeled, obviously, for love and peace. I actually wrote that after Soham. If you don't know what Soham is, please check it out. It's when the two little girls disappeared. And I wrote a whole album, and Can You Hear Me Sing was my vibration to the universe to help them come through the darkness. So I hope you enjoy it. And come on Moving On TV whenever you want. It's your TV station. We now also go live on YouTube streaming. Thank God, which is brilliant. And have a beautiful day or evening. Namaste. Bye-bye.